What is up, everybody? Kind of just going in sequence here and recording. It's only been like 3 minutes since the last video was recorded, but it'll definitely be more than that when they're posted. But this is part 2 of my garage showcase of all my cars in GTA 5 at this point in time, and this is being recorded on December 28th, so this is bound to change all the time. It's not a very consistent thing. If a new DLC comes out with cars that I like, I sell ones that aren't really that important to me out of my miscellaneous garage and buy the new one. So anyways, this is garage number 2, located at Greenwich Parkway. It's a 10-car garage, only thing I ever own. And this has got a handful of some really cool cars. One of my... I can't really say it's my favorite or one of my favorites. They're all really my favorite garages, but lots of color. So we'll start the same way we did last time. On the right, this here is a Vapid Hot Knife. It was the second high dollar car that I bought. Believe it or not, it was cheaper than the Coquette Classic. Obviously, you might know that already, but it was actually the one that I bought after the Coquette Classic. I just think the Hot Rod, I've always liked Hot Rods since I was a kid, and I think this thing looks good. It actually used to be lime green, but I was talking about it in that first episode. Those overtones really bugged me, and so I did away with the lime green and switched it to lava orange. Or not lava orange, sunrise orange, which if you notice here doesn't have an overtone. So if anybody's looking for a color in GTA 5 that doesn't have an overtone on the black, like a kind of transparency effect, sunrise orange is a color that you won't see through your black. I don't know why that is, but it is. You can open the hood. That's a little dumb. But I think this car, I mean, it's just such a cool car. Like, it's tiny, but it's cool. I think they're running 90 grand on Legendary Autosports, but I can tell you for a fact that the wheels are, it's obviously a lowrider type wheel, but it's in sunrise orange with a sunrise orange primary and a black secondary, all metallic. And I think it looks like a good street rod kind of car. I like the exhaust on that car a lot. That's one that there's so many options to just kind of personalize it and make it your own, apart from everybody else's. And this is my second car in this garage. It will show you the Deuce Stallion. I used to drive this car in Grand Theft Auto 3 all the time. It was one of my favorite cars in that game, and it's one of my favorite cars in this game. I jumped through hoops to get it too, because obviously it's a returning player car. So I had to make myself a returning player, and I went and obtained a cheap copy of the game on PlayStation 3, and went through the necessary steps to obtain the car in GTA 5 online on PC. And this thing's probably got almost as much wheel spin as the trucks, but it just looks good. I really wish, again, this is one of those ones where you can give it a painted roof, but you can't tell now because I've got a vinyl top on it. If you do the painted roof, that trim still gets stuck there, and again, I would do more painted roofs if that wasn't an issue, because that really bothers me. But I never noticed how small the trunk was. This is yellow with chrome Muscle Freak wheels and a black vinyl top. Again, it's just a clean car. I'm a big high impact person. If you know anything about cars, I was born and raised Mopar. I mean, My dad's got a Challenger. My uncle's got a Charger. All the cars in the driveway except for mine are Chrysler owned. It's in my blood, and they were known for doing their high impact Panther Pink and Go Lime Green and Plum Crazy Purple and Lemon Twist Yellow, and so I'm a big high impact color guy. I love the high impact colors. It's just one of my favorite things about cars. And here's my other Saber Turbo. Very interesting color combination on this, and I can explain. I just kind of think it looks unique. You don't see too many purple cars with a yellow secondary, and I was originally going to make the wheels yellow and decided that I think they'd look better in black, so black they are. But this is my drag strip Saber Turbo. Obviously it performs just the same as the other Saber Turbo, just that it looks like a drag strip car and it doesn't, you know, for various reasons it's very obviously not. Man, the hood doesn't open on that either. The Saber Turbo is really not the fastest drag racing car, but again, they look good. There's so many different things you could do to them to make them stand out in a crowd of Saber Turbos. But I think this is Shafter Purple with a yellow secondary and the roll cage up gray with the triple bug catcher. Black Mercenary wheels with custom tires, probably bulletproof because I've got the purple tire smoke on it, so I can just burn rubber like nothing else, which is something that drag racing cars are notorious for. Next in this garage is a personal favorite of mine. Not my favorite car, but it is definitely up there in terms of favorite cars. The Albany Frankenstein came with the Halloween surprise update. Listen to that. Get it outside so that the radio's not interrupting the sound. It sounds just... I gotta shut up so you can hear this because it is just a magnificent sound. You gotta love that. Oh my god, it's just great. The reason, there's a couple reasons that it is this color and this pattern on it and why. I would have loved to make this car like yellow, but oh, I think I might have just broke the axle. There are a couple reasons that it's not yellow. The primary reason is, you see, because it came out with the Halloween surprise, so obviously it's kind of supposed to be a creepy, dark-looking car. The interior is purple, and you can't change that. So I didn't want to go driving around town in a yellow car with purple interior. It just didn't make any sense to me. I figured it'd be smarter and just better looking to drive around in a purple car with purple interior. And I had to think to myself, what decal would look good with a purple car? And I found the Flame Job decal, which you can see on the valve covers here. Just, I think it looks like a hot rod. I mean, I still got the hot rod appearance out of it, but it works. It works with itself, and I really like this car. Again, I love the way it sounds, and when you throw the triple bug catcher hood on there, and it just looks like a freaking badass muscle car, or not muscle car, hot rod. Which again, I love hot rods. It's one of my favorite things in the world. What next? What next? Ah, the Virgo. Part of Ill-Gotten Gains 1, I think. I've got this one designed to look like an undercover cop car from an old movie. No movie in particular. I just think that when I see an old movie with a cop chase and stuff in it, this would be what I'd see the undercover cop car driving, or the cop driving. It's got a flat black paint job all around with black wheels and the steel dish caps on it. Raised white letters because, again, like I said in the last video, it's a staple of my muscle cars. And then I've got your curb feelers and your dual antennas to make it look like a service car. And I think I did a pretty good job making it look like a service car. This is one of those things, though, it's like, obviously, again, I took no cues from any movie or TV show in particular, but I could imagine this being like Dukes of Hazzard, except the GTA equivalent, you know, with a blue police light on the top, chasing rogue criminals through the desert or something. I just think that it's a good car to do that to, and obviously it's freaking massive, but, you know, I couldn't really think of anything else other than it, and obviously it was a DLC car and it was a classic muscle car, and I'm like, well, DLC car, muscle car, have to have it because I am me. And so I went and bought it and found out that there wasn't a ton in terms of good appearance customization options that I liked. So I had to make something work, and I found this, and I thought this was a good setup for the car, and so I went with it. See what else I got in here. I think the next car is the Lurcher hearse, I think. Again, I hope I'm doing an okay job of this showcase. I don't really know what people want to know. Again, if they're missing anything, comment it in the video comments down below, and I will answer any questions you have. This here is the Albany Lurcher hearse. Also part of the Halloween surprise update. Essentially, it's like a cross between a Buccaneer and a hearse, which I think is exactly what it is. The thing is just a monster. It's fast, it sounds good, and it looks good. I mean, it looks good. I used to have a red pearlescent over top of it, and I ended up getting rid of it because it was too much red with the red wheels for my taste. So I went back to just the black on black. A couple things about this car. Again, just being part of the Halloween surprise update, it was only available for a couple days. I don't think you can buy it anymore unless you bought it during that update time. Not sure what this is here, but it really bothers me. That's just an unnecessary piece of chrome trim there that could easily not exist in the car. You wouldn't notice, but since it does exist, people like me, it really bothers me. And then my favorite part about it, in the back here, you got the zombie coming out of the hearse, the casket in the back of the hearse, and I just thought that was hysterical. Again, being part of the Halloween surprise update, they did a lot of funny stuff with it that would cue it to be a Halloween themed car, as well as excuse me, a few things you might have noticed on the Frankensteins. There's just subtle hints that it was designed to be a Halloween car, but all in all, I really do like this. And some of the liveries you can get for this car look just freaking sick. I mean, you can get some really cool looking cars if you use the liveries. I didn't go with any because I just kind of wanted a plain Jane hearse sort of thing, and I definitely got what I paid for. It was quite expensive. I can't remember how much it was, and I don't really feel like checking, but I mean, yeah, it's a good looking hearse. I traded my original. I used to have the Romeo hearse that it's got a really super low spawn chance, and I managed to acquire one a while ago, and I sold it to purchase that, so that I had space and a little bit of money. Next, the hippie van. No, I found this, and as soon as I drove past it on the road in the game, like it was a snap thing. Like it took me no more than a second and a half to process it in my head. I'm like, I have to have that. I don't know why, and I just have to have it because it just looks cool. Obviously it's modeled after a Volkswagen van.
I've been holding one in for a while.
But
say we go to the news now.
Sure, you work at an office?
This is the BF Surfer, I think. Obviously I can't check because that'd be easy. This is what I take to do any sort of beach thing with friends. Oh look, you can open up the back doors, but you can't sit in the back seats that don't exist. I just think it's something about this van. It's got two trunks, a main hatch, and then like a little sub hatch to put like a cooler for the beach or something. It's got the surfboard up top. And I actually couldn't find a set of wheels that looked better than the original. So the original wheels are actually still on there, which is why there's no raised white letter or chrome. I don't know what about it. It just looks retro and cool. Oh god. Excuse me. At the time of recording this, it's like 3:15 in the morning, so I'm tired, but it's just a cool looking van, and I don't drive it very often, but it's something that not a lot of people have, so it's fun to just kind of drive it around to these van car meets and stuff where people are bringing these silly vehicles, and I bring this thing in, and I went with a bright red and a bright white because I think it looks best in those colors. But yeah, the BF Surfer. What's that say? Burger Fahrzeug. I don't know. I can't read German. So that is the BF Surfer. It's a van. Like it. I think it looks cool. It's a hipster vehicle. There we go. That's what it is. Next up, a car that I waited for so long to be able to do this to. The Voodoo, but it is not the traditional Voodoo that everybody is used to. It is the clean Voodoo, or the Voodoo Custom. I originally found a Voodoo in Paleto Bay and said, wow, that looks a lot like the Impala. I have to have it. And so I took it and I modded it and realized that it was a beater and you couldn't change the rust paint scheme and anything. So I was real disappointed, and it sat, and then a long time before the DLC actually came out, rumors emerged of a potential Lowriders DLC that would have added a clean Voodoo. And so I kept it, and I waited and waited and waited, and nothing came. And then finally one day I saw the trailer and it had the clean Voodoo in it, and I managed to grab my Voodoo and take it in. It's not the same color it used to be. It used to be like an electric blue with a white secondary, or vice versa. I can't remember. But one of the things I did do though, the custom upgrade, but what really bothers me about the custom upgrade is, obviously I know it's Lowriders and that's part of the thing that they are, but tiny wheels. I mean, it's like driving on dinner plates. I hate it. If the wheels were bigger, this car would look so much better. and again, obviously, you know, they're low riders, so they're not going to have a whole lot, and it came with hydraulics because that's the custom part. But I tried to go for a stock, old school style Impala look with this Voodoo. I got the chrome valve covers and the 2 quads on top. At least I assume that's what they are, with the chrome air cleaners and such like that. But I mean, I don't know. I won't sell the car just because I think it looks good. It's just a clean car, and it looks good in a kind of classic, all original style. Because most people have them slap those liveries on there, and they make it look like a ghetto guy's wet dream, and it definitely looks like a lowrider, but that's not what I wanted mine to look like. So, and obviously it doesn't. Next up is, oh yes, the Trafade ztype. This is a heck of a car. It's a 12 cylinders, I think, 10 or 12, and it looks just sleek and luxurious and just awesome. My only con with it is the exhaust pipes. I wish they were not there, but I digress. This is a great looking car. Matter of fact, I like this car so much I actually have a suit to match this car in my inventory. But I bought this. I think it was running I bought it obviously regular price for $1 million, and it was probably the first 7-figure car that I bought. I've never really bought 7-figure cars. I think I only own 2 or 3 of them. The T20 is the only one that's coming to mind that I know was more than 6 figures. It was the only other 7-figure car that I know of for sure. Again, could definitely be wrong on that. But let's see here. Yeah, that's a 12 cylinder right there. And it definitely sounds like it. It's a fast son of a gun. I do like too when they added the ability to open up the back of the car, you can see the spare tire mount in the back. Like they actually went into that kind of attention to detail, and obviously it doesn't look exactly the same as the ones that are on there, but it's pretty darn close. And I went with the white and red because I think this car looks good in white, and red always looks good with white, so there was that. And when I first got this car, there used to be a real bad texture on the interior. No matter how high your textures were set to, the interior still looked like poopy, and it seems as if they fixed that. Definitely a clean car, definitely one of my favorites, one of my babies, and certainly paid that much for it too. I always like the front end of that, the front fenders being like 12 feet long, and it's just a nice car. And last but certainly not least, out of this garage, is my oh shoot, I can't remember the company. The Gullwing, I like that. Sterling GT Benefactor. Listen to that. I love some of the sounds that these cars make. Now this one here is set up to look like a rally car that you would have seen in like a European Turismo race. I keep screwing that up. I got the rally headlights on there, the spare rally tire on the back, and then that one's that's an 8-cylinder. Okay, so this one is in frost white with I think a blaze red or a formula red, or might be just red. It's one of those 3. Those are the only 3 I really ever use. Is a secondary with the roll cage upgrade, I believe. the rally trunk with spare tire, in red mercenary wheels with your drag radials and your red tire smoke. This car just looks good and it sounds good. I'll get in and rev the engine a little bit. You can listen. It just sounds good. I think this is one of my favorite sounding cars in this game. It sounds like a European, like, sports car, an old European sports car, which is exactly what it's based off of. It's a Mercedes SL. I can't remember one of the SL models, but it's a sleek little car for what you get. Obviously, it was not cheap. None of my cars were cheap. But I like the Gullwing doors, the forward opening hood, and then the whole rally appearance to it. It's just kind of one of those cars that's fun to drive in the dirt because it looks like it was built to get dirty. So, anyways, that about does it for garage number 2. Again, I got a whole handful more garages to go through. I've got another muscle car garage. I call this one an old car garage. I got another old car garage to go through, and then a rich person garage and a miscellaneous garage where all my other cars are going to go through. Those will probably be my last 2, just because I kind of want to keep the theme going with old cars, and obviously there's not going to be a lot of old cars in the miscellaneous group. So, hope you liked this one. I hope I'm doing it right. If you got any questions about any of the cars, please comment the question, and I will do my best to answer them to the best of my ability. Because I don't really know how good or bad these are going to come out, since I've never really done one before, and it's not like there's a handbook on how to YouTube Garage Showcase in GTA 5. But just stay tuned to the channel. I hope to get a lot of stuff going sooner or later. I can't promise that the podcast will be through YouTube. I found a free live streaming service that I can just live stream the audio up to a database, and you guys can hear it with like depending on your internet connection, anywhere between 15 seconds to 30-second delay. I highly doubt anybody will get no delay. I mean, live stream's still technically live, but it's going to be a couple seconds behind what's actually happening live. So, anyways, yeah, I get off topic at the end of every single one of these. So, if you liked this one and you want to see the next one or the previous one, please like the video and subscribe to my channel. And again, any comments, questions, concerns, I said that in the wrong order, don't care, about anything you want to see in terms of GTA, I could do my best. Again, I'm running at 30 frames a second with fraps going, and then as soon as it goes off, it goes back up to 60. But certainly comment anything that you'd like to see or you got questions about in terms of my car collection. How much did X car cost, or what color is this, or what wheels were that. I'll do my best to answer you to the best of my ability. Thanks for watching, and I hope you tune into the next one.